Seamus was so hurt by his dismissal from Jaffrey and so mystified. And I said to him, do they have anything on you for any reason? Do you have anything on them? Has anything odd ever happened? Anything strange ever happened to you during your tenure at Jaffrey? And he said, well, there was this one night. And he told us the story of Father Dick Connor and his passing.
You had a deep, dark secret. You had knowledge of the way the diocese was operating. You were an obstacle, and the diocese will do anything and everything to remove that obstacle. That's why you were terminated. That's why you were sent up to Canada. They were trying to build a case on you to discredit you, to make you look as though you had an emotional issue.
They frequently made statements in the public that were inaccurate, and they conducted themselves in a manner that bespoke mountains of guilt in our eyes.
How could you have taken the best pastor that we have ever experienced here and moved him out for no good reason whatsoever? How could you have replaced him with a person who has a known history of abuse of young people? And the bishop's response was, well, we didn't know that would become public. Meaning, we didn't know that Father Cody's background would become public. Well, at that point, you could have heard the uproar 3 blocks down the street. I mean, people were screaming at him. Some of us found that we were the victims of retaliation by the bishop. I, for instance, and my wife had been Eucharistic ministers. We found that we were no longer on the list. He said, well, you've created quite a stir here in the parish, and the diocese feels that Eucharistic ministers should serve quietly.
Maybe I can go back and do my job. And I asked the priest who was up there now about it, and he says, no, he says, I don't think the bishop will let you do that because of what you did in the last few years.
The church settled this matter relatively quickly. They knew that we knew how to investigate things, and they didn't want us poking around in places where they didn't like us. He demonstrated moral and intellectual courage. His real contribution is to the global solution that I hope will prevent this sort of thing from happening in the future.
When I look back at all the events, all the turmoil of when I was in Jaffrey, I look back with sadness, but I look back with great kindness, love, and affection. And I don't miss the politics. I do miss the interaction with the people who were the parish. I do miss that. I'm glad I did it, and if I had the chance, I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. I would stand up in the pulpit and raise holy hell talking about no pedophiles in the church. And if there is a pedophile, they should be held accountable to the letter of the law, and they should have their faculties removed. I would stand up for the rights of children. That's what our responsibility is. We can't be devoid of that and think of our own interests first. That's not doing the Lord's work.
Be thou my vision, O Lord of my heart. Not be all else to me, save that thou art. Thou my best thought, by day or by night, waking or sleeping, thy presence my life. Riches I heed not, nor man's empty parade. Thou mine inheritance, now and always. Thou and thou only, first in my heart. High King of heaven, my treasure thou art. High King of heaven, thy victory won. May I reach heaven's joy so bright, heaven's sun. Heart of my own heart, whatever befall, still be my vision, O ruler of all. Still be my vision, O ruler